Hello and welcome to another wonderful episode of Iron Port. This program is proudly brought to you by Serene Insurance, Board Company Limited, the Ghana Revenue Authority, the Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority, and Ghana Link, who are the operators of the Integrated Customs Management System. Our proud media partner is the Business and Financial Times. This week, we are taking a look at Ghana's shipping industry from the perspective of the Ghana Chamber of Shipping. We engage Stanley Aholu, who is an Executive Council member of the Ghana Chamber of Shipping. Let's take a listen.
An Executive Council member of the Ghana Chamber of Shipping, Stanley Raja Koshia-Holu, has called for deliberate legislation and policy initiatives that would propel Ghana to the next step of development when it comes to the shipping and maritime industry. Stanley Aholu said there are ongoing trends in the industry, and it is upon government to fashion out deliberate policies and legislation that would guarantee that Ghana benefits from where it has competitive advantage.
As a country, what we need to do is to have a clear sense of where the money is. What the value, where is the value?
And go there.
And go there. You know, there's a process. The shipping process has various segments to it. We need to identify where we can most effectively play. And then focus on that through policy, through legislation, through incentive packages, and through capacitation of our locals to take advantage of those segments.
He said the shipping supply chain has Ghana given away way too much than receiving, so it is about time Ghana taps into and profits from certain key components within the chain.
So from warehouse of the seller to the warehouse of the receiver, everything that goes in between that is a chain. And we're saying that the question is, how much of that chain do we derive value from? This is the market in transport service, shipping transport services for Ghana, 2015, the data. It says the total value in 2015 was 2.318 billion US dollars.
2.318 billion
US dollars. Okay? We end out of that, Ghana end out of that only $457 million.
457.
457, which is about approximately 20% of the value of the market. Okay, of the value of the market. And so this is what we need to bear in mind. If we're going to make policy, we're going to criticize a certain aspect of the supply chain, this is what we need to bear in mind, that there's money out there to be made.
The industry experts cited how Ghana can leverage its competitive advantage in the bulk cargo business and crude oil business, for example.
Having a shipping division that carries cocoa as a way of exports, that's a way to start.
Absolutely.
The liquid bulk carriage of our crude, the finished product tow, you know, it's not inconceivable that a well-operating tow could have been doing finished products.
Absolutely.
With its own ships. Having a shipping division doesn't necessarily have to acquire them outright. You can charter them. And when you do chartering, what you then do is that you create brokerages. You create brokerages that also the money stays in country. Instead of going to London to get brokers to actually charter vessels for you, you can establish that that capacity here locally as well. And what about GNPC in terms of offshore vessels? Is there a shipping division that could do a bit more in terms of leveraging that advantage? That's also a possibility.
He opined that the position of the chamber is for the introduction and enforcement of a cabotage law to be addressed from a broader perspective.
Because cabotage, the experiment of cabotage legislation in other places hasn't worked that well. Our neighbors, Nigeria, has experienced, people have talked about this over and over again. But we have an advantage now in that the Africa Free Trade area that we've created has opened up opportunity for short sea shipping. So it is not only going to be, the opportunity is not only going to be for shipping between Takoradi Port and Tema, but all the way across the length of the coastline of either West Africa, Central Africa, name it. Yeah. So there's an opportunity there for short sea shipping, which means instead of looking at cabotage from a parochial national point of view, we can look at it from a continental or regional point of view and harmonize our laws across.
Stanley Aholu, who was sharing the perspective of the chamber on Ghana's shipping industry on iron ports, described Ghana's shipping and maritime industry as a largely improved one from a decade ago, but said there remains a long road ahead.
There was the situation where we were not, the ports were not that automated as they are today. And then there's a lot of manual handling of documentation, and the net result is the delay in the processes that ultimately leads to cargo moving through international trade into our local trades supply chain system, and ultimately in our houses and households and in the shops. So that's the impact of that. The cost of all of that on the economy is also something that was quite detrimental.
He said, while there has been significant improvement in port infrastructure and supporting automation at the ports, there is still a glaring gap for intermodal transport connectivity within Ghana and across the subcontinent.
A lot more needs to be done. The connectivity in terms of the different modes of transportation. I think there's a backlog of work that needs to be done in terms of connecting rail to the ports. There's the road networks themselves have to be improved. Inland transportation, there's a lot of work that needs to be done in that direction as well. Ultimately, the goal of all of this is to enable the ease of cargo movements.
Stanley Aholu also raised concerns on the cost of some shipping service provision in Ghana.
Have their agents in Ghana. The expectation is that when you pay freight, you've paid for the transportation of the cargo to delivery point. Thereafter, you expect to pay very little more. In fact, you don't expect to even pay more after the freight you've paid. But we have a situation where before you take that cargo out of the port, you have to go back to the shipping line agents and pay some more money. And the point is that, and year on year we've complained, or the shippers have complained about this, and the freight forwarders and clearing agents have been talking about this, that some of the charges that the lines, agents of the lines charge have no correlation to the service provided.
The Executive Council member of the Ghana Chamber of Shipping also expressed support for the ongoing initiative to have importers procure marine cargo insurance locally.
For practical reasons, it's best to actually procure insurance locally. When the goods arrive here and they are damaged or they are short delivered, and it's covered by insurance, you want to have access to the insurance company and the broker that actually to solve that problem and to make a claim. But if your insurance is procured by the seller in his country, and that money is gone there, and he puts his margins on it, and so that's a chunk of your money gone out, which it could have been here.
Touching on the sensitive subject of overstayed and cleared cargoes belonging to state agencies, he said government should take the bold initiative to sell such goods off to rid the ports of congestion. Stanley Aholu said the chamber would continue to engage government and industry players on pertinent issues for growth in the sector based on facts. The Ghana Chamber of Shipping, established in 2018, is dedicated to advocating shipping and maritime ministry-related issues through research and collaborations with government as well as local and international institutions with the goal of growing the industry through policy direction. The Chamber boasts of veteran and present industry professionals with a vast experience leading different institutions and organizations in the sector.
So just gone by were some perspectives shared by the Ghana Chamber of Shipping on Ghana's shipping industry. Iron Port returns after this break.
Every now and again, Goil makes good things happen. This time, Goil has introduced Super XP Ron 95, a higher grade fuel loaded with additives and yet sold at the same price as normal fuel. Gold Super XP Run 95 enhances engine performance like never before. It maintains the engine by keeping it clean from carbon deposits. Gold Super XP Run 95 is designed to burn slowly and thus improves fuel economy, making you save money after several kilometers. Gold Super XP Run 95 gives you a smooth driving experience, that is, less vibrations. Fill up with Gold Super XP Run 95. Now there's no need to pay more for any higher grade fuel. Goil has that sorted. Goil, good energy.
Electricity, pay your taxes. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is, you still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Impressive factory. If only I had listened to you, I wouldn't have been in this mess. That devastating fire virtually wiped out the whole factory and my warehouse.
Remember my misfortunes last year? Serene Insurance Asset All Risk Fire policy that I took were there to pay for my damaged stocks in the warehouse, and my machines that were affected by the floods have been replaced. My accident vehicle is back on the road thanks to Serene Insurance motor policy. Currently, my goods are on the high seas, covered with their marine cargo insurance policy. I was just telling Ajima about Serene Insurance. Oh, Ajima, tell him more.
As a road contractor, I make sure I do my contractors all risk insurance for the projects and then workers' compensation for all the workers on site. With Serene Insurance, they will make sure they will cover your unknown tomorrow today.
Serene Insurance, a new face of insurance. Call us now.
Welcome back from the break. Now, news and activities happening within the port and maritime industry next. The 25th Intermodal Africa 2021 Conference and Exhibition has been held in Accra, bringing together world-class speakers and key players from the continent's transport and logistics industry. The two-day event was hosted by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority with support from the Meridian Port Services Limited. Discussions centered around contributions transport and logistics can make to enhance global supply chain. The participants also gave particular focus on ways to link trade opportunities in the Middle East, Europe, and Africa in contributing towards the economic development in the West African sub-region. During the opening ceremony, the Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Michael Luguje, urged all participants to indulge each other towards providing practical ideas that can help the industry thrive.
The expectation of us in hosting this particular conference is that we'll take the full opportunity to examine the industry and then, at least together, be able to share ideas that can help us move forward as expected. In Ghana, the port sector is evolving. I believe as later on you get to learn from a number of presentations that will be given that we've made quite significant progress and our country is quite resilient in terms of the economy. We are happy about that.
Delivering the keynote address, Minister of Transport Kweku Fure-Siama urged the various players to implement a holistic and strategic response to an enhanced transport connectivity that goes beyond traditional solutions.
Developing a holistic and strategic response for enhanced transport connectivity is thus a necessary requirement, a response that goes beyond the traditional solutions and integrate low emissions and green transport solutions within an overreaching approach. improving cargo movement through a resilient logistics and supply chain sector whilst enriching customer experience and shipping next generation port industry through technology and automation.
The minister also urged players to work out effective methods to create a resilient transport and logistics sector, as well as solve incessant congestions suffered in many ports worldwide.
A lot of ports are facing severe congestions and backlog as a result of the imbalance posed by the uncertainty of the novel COVID-19. Therefore, it is the duty of this conference to come up with the new ways of preparing the ports and line-side logistic chain to meet the exigencies of future challenges.
The Tema Fishing Harbour has been host to a historic ceremony as it witnessed its fair share of the ongoing Queen's Baton Relay taking place in selected places of cultural significance across the country. The activity, similar to the Olympic Torch Relay, is organized before the beginning of the Commonwealth Games. Next year's Games will be held in Birmingham between July and August. The Baton Relay, which began in October 2021, is expected to travel across all 72 nations and territories of the Commonwealth, carrying Queen Elizabeth II's message. It is a symbolic event that signifies unity and sportsmanship among the various participating Commonwealth nations. Speaking to Iron Port, the second Vice President of the Ghana Olympic Committee explained that the fishing harbour was selected due to the social-cultural significance fishing has on the people of Tema traditional area, as well as the economic significance of the port of Tema to the nation.
Tema Harbour is a strategic place. You all understand what the role Tema Harbour is playing the development of the economy, being transport, importation of goods, etc.
The chief fisherman who participated in the relay ceremony expressed joy over the experience.
So far, so good. We have a big experience. You know that this one can cover the whole world, and moreover, can help the name of Ghana to go high. But I think today is historical day. You see, as for me, I've received the baton. It shows a lot because it's a nice day and a good day for people of Ghana.
The Queen's Baton toured Ghana for 3 days. It was first carried from the Jubilee House to the British High Commission, with Ghana's first runner being President Akufo-Addo. The MAPOL Convention requires state parties to ensure the provision of adequate reception facilities in port to handle operational and domestic waste discharge from vessels in an environmentally friendly manner. To this end, the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority, in carrying out that mandate in conjunction with licensed private environmental waste management companies, ensure to provide efficient services to vessels calling the ports. However, these procedures are impeded by some bottlenecks born from the fragmented nature of institutions carrying out sole mandates in the port. To reach workable solutions, a stakeholder engagement has been held among these key institutions in the port on the provision of port reception facilities under the MAPOL 73-78 Convention. Officials from the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority, Ghana Maritime Authority, the National Petroleum Authority, Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, private waste management companies, the Environmental Protection Authority met to assess how to adjust their operations to create the desired synergy necessary to implement the IMO Convention while delivering on their institutional mandate. Speaking at the forum, the General Manager Estate and Environment at GPHA, James Benjamin Gazy, explained that improved collaboration is geared at the ultimate goal of vessels being able to discharge waste at the port without delay.
We thought it wise to bring these stakeholders together and discuss openly what the issues are, and as a body or as stakeholders together fashion the way forward so that we can run these facilities smoothly without any hitches. Because the vessel doesn't want to be delayed when it comes to the port. It wants prompt and quick services so they can go back.
The Executive Coordinator for Port Environmental Network Africa, PENAF, Dr. Henry Barnes Daban, facilitators of the forum praised Ghana's port for staying in line with the international conventions and called for increased capacity building for sustainability.
The port is already on course. I mean, the port took an initiative ahead of the state by implementing the convention, so it is already ahead. But the issue is updating the skills, updating the knowledge. And then also because it affects different stakeholders, to institutionalize stakeholder governance, stakeholder participation, because for sustainability governance, stakeholder inclusion is extremely important.
It's now time for some international port and maritime news.
On Saturday, October 23, the French Rescue Coordination Center Cross Grisnay organized a rescue for 39 maritime migrants who went into the water in the Strait of Dover. The center had the assistance of 3 Good Samaritan vessels, and working together, they successfully retrieved all survivors with no loss of life. During the day, the center received an alert that a migrant's boat was in difficulty in the strait. Several of the passengers had gone overboard in cold water. Meanwhile, 3 Good Samaritans, the fishing vessel Parti de Rien, and 2 merchant ships, the Akko Dyke and the Thorn Gallant, responded quickly to the scene. Days before the UN Climate Change Conference is due to begin in Glasgow, leaders from across all sectors of the maritime industry have come together calling on governments and international regulators to take decisive action in support of shipping decarbonization, saying that they recognize the urgency of their efforts and believe that decarbonization is achievable. The shipping industry is collectively asking governments to work together with the industry to deliver the policies and investments needed to reach critical tipping points in decarbonizing global supply chains and the global economy. South Korea's Hyundai Mipo Dockyard is beginning construction on an electric propulsion passenger ship that combines for the first time eco-friendly designs with smart technologies. The ship, which they are calling a milestone in the eco-friendly market, integrates information and communications to provide a ship that is capable of smart operations. Steel was cut on October 19 for the new vessel, which is being built in partnership with the city government of Ulsan, South Korea, and the Ulsan Information Industry Promotion Agency as a demonstration project for the technologies. The vessel will measure 292 feet in length with a 42-foot beam and has a height of 18 feet. It will be able to carry 300 passengers. The vessel will be powered by a dual-fuel LNG engine capable of driving it up to 16 knots.
Every now and again, Goil makes good things happen. This time, Goil has introduced Super XP Ron 95, a higher grade fuel loaded with additives and yet sold at the same price as normal fuel. Goil Super XP Ron 95 enhances engine performance like never before. It maintains the engine by keeping it clean from carbon deposits. Goil Super XP Ron 95 is designed to burn slowly and thus improves fuel economy, making you save money after several kilometers. Goil Super XP Ron 95 gives you a smooth driving experience, that is, less vibrations. Fill up with Goil Super XP Ron 95. Now there's no need to pay more for any higher grade fuel. Goil has that sorted. Goil, good energy.
Electricity, pay your taxes. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Impressive factory. If only I had listened to you, I wouldn't have been in this mess. That devastating fire virtually wiped out the whole factory and my warehouse.
Remember my misfortunes last year? Serene Insurance Asset All Risks Fire policy that I took were there to pay for my damaged stocks in the warehouse, and my machines that were affected by the floods have been replaced. My accident vehicle is back on the road thanks to Serene Insurance motor policy. Currently, my goods are on the high seas, covered with their marine cargo insurance policy. I was just telling Ajima about Serene Insurance.
Oh, Ajima,
tell him more.
As a road contractor, I make sure I do my contractors all risk insurance for the projects, and then workers' compensation for all the workers on site. With Serene Insurance, they will make sure they will cover your unknown tomorrow today.
Serene Insurance, a new face of insurance. Call us now.
It's now time for schedules of vessels in the port, those at anchorage and those expected in the coming week, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rate you need to know to clear your goods from the port. We have your comments next.
Here are some comments. Ohema from Tema says, I'm just loving the show. So much insight. Thank you, Mr. Holu. I'm sure the Chamber of Shipping would be interested in joining like-minded groups to bring some sanity to the issue of nuisance local charges of the shipping lines. Simon Jewu, a member of the Ghana Chamber of Shipping, says, to sum up what our council member is saying, there is the need for an integrated maritime transport policy in Ghana to take care of all the issues raised. David from Tema has a question. He asks, what steps is the Chamber of Shipping taking to revamp the Black Star Line? Hello, David. Our guest from the Chamber was of the opinion that shipping business should be conducted by the private sector due to modern industry trends. He, however, supports the establishment of local shipping lines.
That's all for this week's episode of Iron Port. Thank you for watching and thanks to the entire crew. Join us same time next week.